am going to explain or show the demo. If you have integrate form with the Rasa, how you can do user validation. So suppose you require some number should be of 4 digit or 6 digit, how you can restrict those entry, or some information should be within the 5 set of information, how you can say to user no, you have to input only this kind of set of data as you used to do in the other kind of form. So I am going to explain that, but before that, this video is the continuation of the previous video. So I would recommend please visit the previous video to know how to integrate the form with the Rasa code base. So welcome to Vinod Suman Academy, and let me just show how we have done in the last time. So if you have seen the last time, if you show the code in code base, if you see the what are the entities we had, and the same we have the slot also, say name, subject, SSN number, name, subject, SSN number. So in this way, what the NLU used to do, if the name of entities and the slot both are same, they take the data of entity, put into the slot. So you do not have any control over that, right? So just you get the data and show how we have shown in the the last video. Let me again show the running code. So suppose if you say hi and say admission name, myself is Vinod, and give any digit social security number and say mathematics subject. So you can see that it accept as a form name, social security number and mathematics. Why? Because we have the entity name and the slot are the same. But problem is that if you want to do something on this value what the user has input, so suppose if you want to fetch this data and send the email, or fetch this data, do some modification or write into the text file, you cannot do that because you don't have the control on that. So for that, what we used to do, we have the concept of the slot mapping. So let me just, I have the already code slot mapping. So you go the action file and add this method here. So what I have done, I did the slot mapping. What slot mapping says, now it is not required that your entities and the slot name should be same, you can change. So let me change the subject to the subject code. Now here you can see I have the subject code. So now entity name could be anything and the slot name could be anything. Here entity name is subject and my slot name is the subject code, and this variable we fetch the data if training input is coming from the subject entity. Okay, you can give the comma and you can give the multiple intent name as per your business logic. So now as I change the subject to subject code, we have to change here also in the slot. So come here and then accordingly it is the caption for the subject. Now we have to subject code, and here also you have to change the subject code. Okay, that's it. Let me check how does it work. Okay, so now we have to train our model because we change into the domain.yml. So now if you see in domain, the slot name and entity's name not exact same. So how we can achieve this? Through the slot mapping. The slot mapping is a method where you can not necessarily have the entity and the slot name same, and you can have the control on that. Now this subject code, if you want to, whatever you want to do with this value, you can do that, right? So let me see how it is work or not. This is done. Action server journey. Oh, we have to change the action server also because we change into the action Python, right? Okay, perfect. Now come here, yeah, and give the message hi. Same message, let me give that, so it will not have any confusion. And myself is Vinod, and social security number 12345, mathematics subject, right? It works. How it works? Even though in domain it is not same in the entities and slot, it works because due to the SWOT mapping. This is the benefit of SWOT mapping. Now I am going to show you that if you want to restrict, user can choose only these 5 subject, not any subject what they want. How we can restrict those things? So the concepts come for the validation. How to do the validation? So RASA is given very important mechanism to do that. Wait, I will show you. So what you have to do? You create one list. What are the subject user should supposed to give that? So I took this 5 subject. Okay, and now you create one method validate. So what happen? Any method name validate underscore and SWOT name. SWOT name is the subject code. You can see the SWOT name is subject code. Then RASA automatically they execute this method when the user give input for the subject code. So what I am doing here, I am fetching the data what the user input. So suppose user input the mathematics. So value will contain the mathematics. I am making into the lowercase and match this list. If those subject is not there in this list, what I will do? I will do 2 things. One, I will send the message to user, hey, that mathematics is not in database, and we set the null. The moment you set the none, it will again repeat the same thing. So this framework will keep asking until unless you will not give the perfect data as per your business rules. Okay, I will show you what is the message I have given in the utter wrong subject. Go domain, and here this here, yeah, this subject is not in database. So now this time I have not changed anything in the model in the domain. So no need to change into the, no need to execute the model. So just we have to start our server, action server. Okay, run the action server. Perfect. Now this time if you give the mathematics, it will show nay, hey, I can't accept the mathematics, my university does not provide the mathematics, PhD in mathematics. Okay, so go for that high, same information, same input. Let me put that, myself is Vinod, social security number 45, and I want admission in the mathematics subject. See the message, hey, this subject is not in database, please enter some other subject, and then again repeat the same question, which subject do you want to take the admission? This time I will say medicine. Let me check again whether it work or not. Again say no, this is not in my subject. It's keep asking. Okay, and now this time you say physics subject. So this time it should accept and it will give the output. Okay, now it's giving this and giving the feedback. So you can say okay, then say bye. Okay, this is how you can put that input. Let me put one more validation on the social security number. I need only the 6 digit. Here you can say it is able to accept any number of digit, but I want to restrict the 6 digit. So what you have to go, you add one more validations on the social security number. That's it. Go the code here and let me explain what I did. Validation underscore with the prefix to execute for the SSN number validation, and I am checking if this is a 6 digit is okay. If this is not 6 digit, I will show this message utter wrong SSN. Go here, this message. Okay, then let me save this. No need to run the model as we don't have anything change in the model. So just we have to start the action server. Let me check, yeah, everything fine. Come here, run that. So this time what I will do, now I have the 2 validation, one on the subject and second is the social security number. Let me check both one by one, or together we can check. So hi, give the same information, PhD admission, myself is Vinod, social security number. Let me give the 5 digit number. What happened? No, I will not accept the 5 digit. You have to give the 6 digit. So social security number must be of 6 digit. Let me give the 7 digit. What happened? Not, I need the 6 digit. So now give any 6 digit, right? Anything, any 6 digit. Now this is 6 digit, 1 2 3 4 5 6. It accepted. Now saying which subject you want admission. I will say neurology, right? Let me check. It should not supposed to accept. See, not is not accepting. So I will say this time chemistry subject. It accepted. This is the how it works. So it was the validation part. So I would say please don't forget to subscribe my channel because I am giving the big effort to make this channel continue and giving more information on new technologies. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.